Okay, welcome, Jazz Piano. Scott Ballin here, my student and videographer Pat Hines. Going to work on some minor key tunes today, or leading into that with a chord pattern of 2-5-1 in minor, and the variations of that. So we don't have too much, we're going to do two variations. The first one is our standard minor 7 flat 5 for the 2 chord, and the dominant flat 9 kind of goes right along with that. Right, and how we resolve it to the 1 chord. Right, I think that's something people really need to think about. We can rip these scales up and down the keyboard, but where does it go? Right, we go from might go to the 5th, right, or down to the root, or wherever. There's some kind of landing place on that tonic chord. I like to practice these and give the students a way to practice it so we can put it right into the songs. So there's our first scale. Right? Of course, we relate these to the major scale. Right? So we know the E flat scale. Right? When we go up to the 7th degree, we get the Locrian sound. And that's what we use. And one of the scales available. That's the thing about this. There's a lot of choices with minor to make it so interesting. Right? Of course, that goes to the 5th chord. G7 there. You recognize that sound, it's harmonic minor, right? Right, so we can relate that to C harmonic minor from the 5th. Right? Well, right from the G7 is a Mixolydian scale with 2 alterations. Listen to the difference. That's a straight Mixolydian as opposed to this. Gives the half step right away. Right? I'm on a 3rd, half. Right? Very distinctive sound. Resolving to C minor. Right? This time we have C minor 6. Which is nice because it could be Dorian. We're going to use the melodic minor for that flavor. And we can have that chord movement from the 6 to the major 7. So we put that together, we get something like this. Right, Pat? Right, then you make it your own. Some minor key sounds here.
Yeah.
And we'll look at some possible songs we can get you going with. All right, Pat, so let's try some 2-5-1s here.
Sure.
On minor key and get that sound.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a great idea to hit the root first, right?
Yeah.
Then you have your root position D minor, flat 5. Great. And the scale that goes with that. That's right. Perfect. Okay. There's our G7. Right. And that one we can play the flat 9 also as well.
Okay.
Right? Your F diminished chord.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And again, there's different ways to write it and different ways to describe it. Some people would say it's F diminished over G.
Mm-hmm.
So they get the exact inversion they want to use.
Yeah.
But either way, you know it's in that area.
Yeah, something over.
Right? But just to be, matching the sheet here, we're going to have that the G7 flat 9.
Sure.
Great. And we'll hear that Mixolydian flat 2, flat 6. I think we hear it as harmonic minor.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
I mean, so again, different ways to label things. Some people like to label it to the root of a G7. But here, could be called C minor 5th degree, from the 5th.
Okay.
Which is kind of an old school way, but it's still correct.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And it really describes the sound very clearly. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
The sound.
Yeah.
Great. So let's try that G7 again, yeah?
Sure, let's see.
Right, get your diminished voicing. Excellent. Right. Excellent. Excellent. Of course, that's going to the 1. In this case, right, a minor 6-9 chord. natural in there. Right.
Cool.
Really makes up a lot of. Try it one more time.
Sure.
Go through the whole progression.
Sure.
Okay? That's a great idea. We're gonna bass note. Great. G7. Right. Excellent. Let's do it one more time and just have a resolution on the C minor.
Sure. Connect the G7 to the.
That's what I'm looking for.
All right. Gotcha.
Exactly right. And just be careful with the pedal. I know with the pianists,
Yeah, I kind of.
we all like to have a heavy right foot there.
Yeah. All right. I'll stay off for now.
That's it. Great. There we go. Very clear resolution there,
Yeah.
right?
Something like that.
You really embellish it from there.
Mhm.
Okay?